Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 Head Coach story with me, Daniel. We're back today for part 116, and could this be the final on-pitch action we ever see from Real Madrid and this year's head coach? Because we are back for the second and third of a triple header against Barcelona, and if we don't win the second one, we've got nothing to play for at the end of the season. So if you're looking forward to seeing if we can get to the final, whether we can keep the title race at least half alive going into the final three games, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. The Hemel Save is in a very different situation. We've got a massive transfer special coming tomorrow there. It should be an exciting one, and I hope you'll come and join me for it. At the same time that's released, I'll be at Wembley for non-league finals day. You'll see loads of clips from that over on the podcast channel, which you can find up in the eye above, as well as the Twitch channel and the merchandise store. And you can support the show as a channel member by clicking the join button down below. But a massive thank you for your support as always, as I am really torn on the first game today. Yes, if we lose, we're officially out the title race. But are we actually going to win it anyway? Probably not. The other side of it is we've got a Champions League game in 3 or 4 days' time that is huge, and we have to keep people fit. So if we go and have a look at the schedule, it's a little bit bonkers really. You were with me for the 5-2 win against Barca in the Spanish Cup final, which made sure our season wasn't a complete failure. A 1-1 draw against Atletico, which you saw. We then won really well actually, 3-0 at Almeria. They held us off for a while, but as they tired late on, Calantari got a brace and Vinicius Jr. got one. Then the first leg of the Champions League semi-final, and it all looked pretty poor to be honest. It was 3-3 with 5 minutes to go. Calantari had scored 2 for us as usual. Marcos Antonio had got 1. Cucurella redeemed himself for his Super Cup performance against us earlier in the year, and Toto had got his customary brace. But then an unlikely hero, Mamadou Koulibaly off the bench, a late brace, a brilliant display, and made it 5-3, and now gives us a real chance to get to the final, albeit we've struggled away a lot this year. So I'm feeling that we're going to go for a backup side today and just hope they can produce something. I'm sure the fans will forgive us if we then get to a Champions League final and perhaps win it. And what's even more enticing, and what could be the perfect final game of the save, is that Manchester United are in the other semi-final. Our former club, the club we won it with last season, could we take it off them in the final, in our final game of the save? That would be the dream, and if that happened, we'd end the save. Let's go and find out by starting with the Barcelona game in the league, where we could watch our rivals lift the title. Atletico Madrid have won, Real Sociedad both could still arguably catch us this season, but I think we'll be alright once we get past the semi-final. So let's see what 11 we can put together today that includes no first teamers and keeps everyone fresh for Tuesday. Well, I've got to say, if you told me we would have an El Clasico where I named this side at the start of the season, I'd have thought you'd be mad. But this is what we're going for. Jay Gorta in goal. A tired Roberto at right back. I've got Fuertes on the bench, but Roberto's the best option there. Milenkovic, Jimenez and Alfredo make up the rest of the back four. Samurio in the holding role. Koulibaly, who played well in midweek, and Manuel centre mids, with a front three that's got at least a little bit of experience in Cervantes, Martinelli and Pedro Neto. There are 3 stars on the bench just in case we need them, but the chances are it will be these youngsters coming on. It's all about Tuesday night for us. Let's hope Barca play the first team today. They're absolutely cream crackered for Tuesday. Then we can win one each and Spanish football will be happy. Let's get into the game and find out. How many changes is that? Just the 10. So let's go and head to the new camp. I think this is only going to end one way. Well, bad news. Barcelona have had the same idea as us. They're obviously content they're going to win La Liga regardless. Both strikers rested. Key defenders rested. So in fact, it's both centre-halves and both centre-forwards. They are making sure they're strong for Tuesday. The issue is that in midfield, they're playing their first team. Pedri, Gavi and De Jong and Trincao. That's been their foremost of the season. So I'm hopeful that will give us a little advantage in midweek. But I'm not pleased to see both of their strikers rested. And they obviously feel they can get away with losing this one. Not that they will with the lineup we've put out. So maybe we've gone the wrong way about it after all. Let's go and get into the first half here. I'm not sure this is going to go too well. Well, it's been a quiet half an hour, but we're back with a throw on the left-hand side and play some nice football there. Martinelli shots blocked back to Manuel. And Manuel has just scored an absolute screamer. I had to check if the highlight speed had gone up, it went that quick. He rattles it in off the underside of the crossbar. My favourite type of goal as well. And despite a nothing 30 minutes here, we've taken the lead. Although Barca go straight from the kickoff, don't you dare. Oh my God. Barcelona have literally run in a straight line from the kickoff and equalised. All that hard work for half an hour. A brilliant finish from Manuel. And then a gift. A gift immediately follows. If any one moment could have summed up why we won't win the title this year, and don't deserve to, frankly, that one is just about it. Absolutely pathetic. We didn't even get time to get excited about Manuel's goal for long enough before they'd equalised. The two sub-strikers they've got on are athletic but not great. But it doesn't matter, because if you give that quality midfielder a free run, of course they're going to score goals. It's 1-1 now with 10 minutes to the break. Of course, our former Crystal Palace star, Teo, is on the bench for Barca today. He can't get a start regardless of the situation. But I'm really frustrated at the way we've conceded there, because we were in such a good position and we've blown it. As Cucurella's got it a left back for Barca. They can compound the misery here by putting us behind at the break. As De Jong picks it up in midfield. Struijk goes back to his keeper. We've got a couple of very tired legs in defence, but we don't need them in midweek, so we haven't got to worry too much. As Gavi doesn't turn on the ball. They're playing simple at the minute. This is proper tiki-taka, although there's the long ball. The centre-forward's in. Albacar dinks the keeper. And there goes the title to Barcelona. 11 points clear with 3 games to go as it stands. And I don't see us stopping them at this point. What a pathetic half of football after a brief moment of euphoria through Manuel. Half-time, 2-1 Barca. Let's be honest, it's going to get worse, isn't it? And to be fair, their side arguably looks the fitter of the two at the minute. They've got a fair few fresh legs on the bench as well. So they have their own go from distance this time. Rattles the woodwork. And you know what? With about an hour gone, I think we go Koulibaly and Martinelli to save for midweek. And I think we go Roberto because he's knackered. That one's hit the post again. Volkson nearly scores with the rebound. It's a good block by Roberto, actually, to be fair to him. It's a corner kick Barca, and it's all pressure from the home side at the minute. That one goes over the bar, but we're going to have to make some changes. Let's think about midweek, if we get a break in the highlights, as Milenkovic plays out with Gorta and Jimenez. I don't like the passes back to the keeper there, under pressure, and he just hoofs it to Cucurella. De Jong goes long. Albacar gets it from the knockdown to Pennell, completely unmarked, runs in and scores. This isn't even a La Liga defence that we're playing today. Alfredo's the only one who's capable of playing at this level. So Roberto will be replaced by Fuertes. We're going to bring off Koulibaly to save him for midweek for Janway. And we're going to bring on Bandera for Martinelli. No change in shape, no change in style. We're not going to try and chase the game. It's 3-1 and this is damage limitation because we've still got to worry about 3rd and 4th behind us. Well, a quarter of the game to go, and I think the stat 25 shots to 4 probably sums this game up. We had that brief moment with Manuel, but we've not done much to win this game in open play. As Pennell finds Singo, it's all Barca. And let's be fair, they've made 5 changes. We've made a few more, albeit. But their backup team's stronger than ours. There is no doubt in that. As Pennell breaks through the lines again, particularly defensively, they've changed 3 of their back 4, and you can't really tell the difference. As Struijk into the midfield finds Pedri. They have made a couple of changes, Barca, just resting people for midweek now. As Pedri again picks it up, back to Struijk, and all the way back to the keeper. They're toying with us, keeping the ball, making us run, and trying to get us knackered at this point. As Singo, over halfway to Albacar. I'm sure there'll be runners. Pedri finds Volk. He's in one-on-one. Forced a little wide. Cuts it back to Pedri. And it now goes to El Clasico Derby Day embarrassment. 20 minutes left. 4-1 Barca. And we're going to have to watch them lift the title. It is going to be painful. And we're going straight from the kickoff again. As Samurio back to Jimenez. Let's be fair. This is half an under-23 side now. As they're going straight from the kickoff. It's 5. Oh, this could get really ugly. And we know how important morale is in FM. I'm going to berate them because this is now not good enough. I don't care who you are. Alfredo's the worst performing player despite being the only defender passable at this level. And Cervantes, who's played lots of games this season, is not performing. Neto, the experienced man, getting no service. And, well, the other 5 or 6 are under 23s players, which doesn't help. As Manuel, through ball towards Neto, it's overhit. And that's easy. So easy to deal with. It's the rate of collapse that's been the concern, isn't it? Let's be honest. And Barca have brought their stars off the bench. The only thing we can hope is that this pays off in midweek. Because if we do all of this and then go out the Champions League too, I'd consider it a failure at the end of the year. As Volt gets in, forced wide. It's good keeping from Gorta, actually. But the danger's not gone. And what is that, Jimenez? Just pushes him over in the box under no pressure. Done the hard work to get him wide. And then decides that's the best course of action. It's a penalty kick. There wasn't even a need to look. And it's going to be 6-1. Pedri sends the keeper the wrong way. Please let the goal stop. Please, please, please. I might even put on the time wasting. 4 expected goals. 6 they've actually scored. Remarkably, we've only had 3 less shots on target. But that doesn't tell the story of the game. How many more are they going to get in these last 4 minutes plus stoppage time? And will it be worth it? How do we pick the morale up? Will it affect the morale of the first 11? Or will they know what we were doing? Albacar's in, he scores. But I think he might have been offside to save us. We'll go to VAR to check. Please don't let it be 7. Because this is going to be one hell of a job if it is. It's a goal. It's 7-1 Barcelona. And if I don't win on Tuesday night, I might not even have to choose whether to carry on the save. I might get sacked of my own accord. As Pedri down the left, back to Strike. He goes back. They're just taking the mick out of us. They're keeping the ball. They're running rings round us. And we've completely lost our discipline. And the ones that have disappointed me most are the more experienced players. As Albacar's in again. Gorta in goal. Milenkovic at the back. Alfredo at left back. Cervantes, 2 that have played a lot this season. And Neto up front. Not setting the example at all. Volk's header saved by Gorta this time. Please, let that be the last chance of the match. Only 2 minutes added on, I think in pity by the referee. And we lose 7-1. Barcelona lift the title. We were 5 points clear at the winter break. And we have lost it by 11 points with 3 games to go. That's not a good look, is it? We've got them again on Tuesday night, though. We lead in the Champions League. We've rested all of the 11 players that will be starting on Tuesday night. Now let's hope that that works out. And here we are, Barcelona 3, Real Madrid 5, heading into the second leg of an all-Spanish Champions League semi-final. But that doesn't tell the whole story, does it? We just lost 7-1 to them to throw away the league title. We've beaten them in the Spanish Cup final, lost to them in the Spanish Super Cup. It is very hard to predict this one because we have got a full 11 back fit again, except for 2 players. Firstly, Juan Foyth injured since the last episode. He's no longer available. And then the big one, Robert Altmaier, who is still out after that injury many months ago. So let's put our 11 together. It will be as strong as it possibly can. And we just hope it's enough. That's all we can do at this point. And this is what we've gone for. Only 1 player fit outside the 18. It's such a small, imbalanced squad. However, we've only disagreed in one area, me and the assistant. That's left back, where I've gone for Gary over Alfredo. Experience is today key. And Arian Calantari is the star man. We've got Faranez in goal. Safoso and Regueri the fullbacks, with Diallo alongside Militao centre-half. Nianzou, Rihar and Antonio the midfield 3. Rihar, a younger player, really improving, almost becoming the legs of the team now. And in Sailmakers, the experienced right back, again in that more advanced position, alongside Vinicius Jr. and Arian Calantari. I think it's the best team, the most balanced team, and probably the most stable team I can play, with Sailmakers further up, giving us a bit of defensive protection, and in just the 2 stars running up top. I've tried to keep the morale up, everything's going okay. So can we get a big performance? That's what we need to know. It's the Champions League semi-final second leg. We've got the advantage. That positive mentality will be dropping very quickly as we try and reach a second successive Champions League final at 2 different clubs. Well, it's virtually the same 5 changes for Barcelona, 4 of them as expected. The only slight surprise is that Trincao drops out, he's obviously knackered. In comes Ilias to the right, he was up front last game. Volkan Toto back in, the rest of the midfield the same, and the back 4 back to full strength. So I'm hoping that a couple of that age in midfield will be a little bit tired. Can we get a little lowdown on their condition? Because they can't be perfect, surely. We go to the opposition. they're all fine. This is going to be a problem. It's 5-3 on aggregate. We know we can concede goals, but can we hold out for long enough? And then how defensive will we be willing to go? Let's go into the first half. Please don't let it be a repeat of the weekend, because the Barca fans, they'll be smelling blood in this one. Well, 15 gone. The condition benefit is definitely slightly on our side, but probably not enough to make an impact. I was about to say it's been a brilliant first corner. We've kept it quiet as we like, but we did that in the first game. We did that in the 7-1 defeat. Half an hour, we were 1-0 up. As Pedri puts a corner in, Volk free header. And the last thing we want in a game like this, with all the Barca threats, is to concede from a set piece with a free header. They've only had one shot on target though. There's 40 minutes gone. And so far, this has been perfect. There's 4 players knackered for Barca already. One highlight a half works well for me, because if we only get one in the second half, we'll be going through to the final. And yes, with Manchester United, we were a great side. This would be against the odds for me. There's a good first 7 or 8 players here, but there isn't much behind that. Let's see if we get our rewards. And of course, it could be the dream final game against United, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We conceded 5 goals after this point in the other game, didn't we? As Rihal tries to release sailmakers from the kickoff. Intercepted, and we all know how damaging Barca can be from kickoffs. Long ball downfield. One back by Ruggieri. He's been really important since he's come back in, as it's long to Calantari. I wouldn't mind a solo goal now, mate. Loses out to Scalvini. It's cleared downfield. And Barca one of those few sides playing 2 up front against us, which I think is a problem as well. As Volk's in, oh, he skied it over the bar. Thank goodness as well, because that looked for all other money as it was going to be 1-0. 5 minutes gone in the second half. We are surviving, and I might go to a back 3. I don't know if we've got another centre-half. I could drop Nianzou in, but I feel like we're getting exposed between the centre-halves, as it nearly happens again. Militao makes a great tackle. This is a point where you have to be bold and brave tactically. And it can go very wrong. But I feel we might have to do it. And I definitely will if we get a goal on the counter. Sailmakers breaks away. He's got Calantari with him, but he goes too wide. Where's the support now? Inside to Antonio. Finds Nianzou. Over to Sailmakers, it's poor. And it's headed out for a throw. I'm trying to work out what I can do with the shape if I take him off. Because Barca are playing 4-4-2, they've got a threat out wide as well. But Calantari has got a dangerous free kick. Oh, it's the post. That could have been the moment. It could have been the one for Harry and Calantari. But instead we're up the other end. Scalvini heads just over. I'm genuinely frightened of making the change now. I don't know what to do. We're going to have to do it as we head towards the last 20. We've not had a shot on target. There's some tired legs. I'm going to be bold and brave here. Back in a moment. Right then. 2 changes. 5-4-1 is the tactic. This is defensive. We've dropped Antonio to a deep line supporting playmaker. Koulibaly's on again. Neto's on the left so we can go for 2 traditional supporting wingers. And in defence, we've just dropped Nianzou back. So that's what we're going for the last 20 minutes. We've gone time wasting. We've dropped deeper. Let's just hope. Well, we've made it through another 10 minutes without a highlight. I don't think we could have asked for more than that. I am so proud of the defensive effort after last time. To go from a 7-1 defeat to keeping a 0-0 clean sheet would be remarkable. Manuel on for the tired Antonio. Please hold on. 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go. We've got a 2-goal aggregate lead. We've got a knackered squad. We're playing 5 at the back. But hopefully we can show off here as Militao goes long towards Calantari. Never winning that. We're inviting pressure, which is the negative here. Albacar through to Volk. There's the extra defender, Diallo. But it's only cleared to Scalvini. Yes, we've got an extra defender to deal with the through balls, though. Not this time. Trincao back to De Jong. Oh, there's still 6 minutes to go. There are still 6 minutes, and I'm not happy. Because as soon as we hit the ball forward, we've got nothing we can do with it. I'm going to stop working the ball into the box. I'm going to go shorter with the passing directness and the tempo. I mean, ideally, I'd like to play in behind to Calantari, but I don't see how we survive that. So I think that's what we have to do. I'm not even going to counter press either. I'm going to regroup out of possession. Let's drop the line of engagement. We have to cling on, and this becomes backs to the wall. Oh no, Militao's given away a free kick. A minute later, it's going to backfire. Tactically, I might have just cost my team a place in the Champions League final, although Farinez is trying his best to stop it. Safoso to Manuel. What are you doing, man? He's giving it to Gavi. He's got to be offside. Please, dear Lord, let him be offside, because what on earth is Manuel doing? Why is he playing around with it there? The flag is up, thank God, but that is ridiculous. Use your brain, get it out of play. There's 2.5 minutes to go. If ever I needed a lucky Kalantari goal on the break, it's now. As Manuel, back to Nianzou, to Safoso, to Sailmakers, gives it away again. Composure, boys. Through ball to Volk, 3 defenders, none of them there. Vilka Farinez, you are turning into a hero. I'm going the opposite on passing directness because it's not working. We need to get it in behind, get it into space, let the boy run onto it. That's what we've got to go for. Corner kick for Barcelona. Farinez is doing his best at the moment, but it feels like a matter of time as Koulibaly heads away the cross. Trincao will pick it up, edge of the box to Pedri, and it peters out. There's 4 minutes of stoppage time. We've not had a shot on target all night, but we've done it. I don't know how, and boy was it by the skin of our teeth. But from 7-1, an embarrassment at the weekend. A 1-0 defeat sees us through by 5 goals to 4 on aggregate. How Farinez only got a 6.8, I will never be able to tell you. But Diallo, Safoso, rocks at the back. We offered nothing going forward. But will it be Manchester United or Hoffenheim in the final? If we face Hoffenheim, we're arguably favourites. If we face Manchester United, it's the dream final game, isn't it? Let's skip ahead to tomorrow night, find out who we'll be facing. But there will be one more episode from Real Madrid, and it could be a fairy tale ending. Well, the dream final has been swept away in spectacular style. Manchester United lose 6-2 at Hoffenheim. It does look like they're going to win the Premier League, in fairness to them. They're 6 points clear with a game in hand. But it's Hoffenheim we'll be facing in the final. Now, you may remember a minute ago I said those cursed words. Would we be favourites if we faced them? Real Madrid always find a way, as they did against Barca in the semis. But Hoffenheim, 6-2 against a very good side. Look at that striker, and he's under 30 as well. I bet Hoffenheim are in the final because they've got a slightly younger squad. Yes, look at that. That is the polar opposite. 4 players over 30. Obviously, they're behind Bayern over a season because Bayern are brilliant. Look at them. I mean, they've barely dropped a point. But this side is young, high quality, and just brilliant across the board. And its youth, its pace, its exuberance. I would like to retract my previous statement about being favourites against Hoffenheim. However, when we came to Real Madrid, we did not expect to be in a Champions League final. Yes, we've bottled the league. Yes, we bottled the Super Cup. But we've won a Spanish Cup. But if we can add the Champions League to the Copa del Rey, I consider this a good final job well done. So hopefully you'll come and join me for that. Let's find out when it is. It is the 27th of May. It will be a standalone event. That game and the season review will be the final one with Real Madrid. Let's hope we go out with a big trophy. If you're looking forward to it and you did enjoy this episode, humiliation in the league, watching Barca lift the title after destroying us, but followed by pride, by battling guts and a difficult 1-0 defeat, but enough to take us through to the Champions League final, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you think will happen. Will this young, rampant Hoffenheim side reign supreme? Or will Real Madrid find a way, as they always seem to do? I hope you'll come and join me to find out. If you want to stay up to date with this save, the Hemel one, and the new one that will follow the end of this story, then please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for daily FM22 content. We're back tomorrow with a big transfer special from Hemel as we start season 14 in that save. But in the meantime, you can find a link to that series and the Football Podcast Twitch channel and merchandise store in the eye above. But a big thank you for watching. Above my head now is our season review from Hemel Hempstead Town yesterday. And I hope to see you back here for the next one, as in our final episode of the series, we take part in the Champions League final.